Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the historic village of Mountsorrel in Leicestershire, a place packed with stories that go back centuries. In front of me is the statue of William Marshal, one of the most powerful and respected knights in the medieval England, often described as the greatest knight who ever lived. This statue stands close to the site of Mountsorrel Castle, reminding us just how important this village once was. Let's start our journey through this village. Mountsorrel is one of the oldest villages in Leicestershire, with a population of just over 8,000 people, but it has a history that's far bigger than its size. The village sits on the river Soar and is best known for Mountsorrel Castle, which once stood on the hill above the village and played a major role in the medieval England. Although the castle is long gone, its influence is still felt throughout the area. The column in the center of Mountsorrel is the market cross. It marks where the village marketplace was held for centuries and dates back to the late 1700s, replacing an earlier medieval cross. It's a reminder of Mountsorrel's long history as a busy market village. This market cross is a circular stone structure supported by columns and topped with a domed roof, standing at the heart of the village. After the statue of William Marshal and the dome in the marketplace, the next important landmark is St. Peter's Church. St. Peter's Church started as a medieval chapel in the 1200s and has been altered and extended over many centuries. You can still see its old tower and a clock from about 1780. Making it a real link to Mountsorrel's long history. As we walk past St. Peter's, you can see the churchyard gravestones, some hundreds of years old, quietly telling the story of Mountsorrel families. There aren't any national famous people buried here. Most of the gravestones belong to local families from past centuries. You'll spot names and dates that reflect everyday village life going back hundreds of years. St. Peter's Church Tower is one of the oldest parts of the building, dating back to medieval times, and it's been a familiar landmark over Mountsorrel for centuries. The River Soar begins in the south of Leicestershire, near the villages around Hinckley and Lutterworth, and flows north through Leicester and along Soar Valley past places like Loughborough and Mountsorrel. Eventually, it continues on to join the River Trent at Trent Lock on the border of Nottinghamshire and Leicestershire, linking its waters into the wider river system of the East Midlands. Boats on the River Soar drift quietly, linking Mountsorrel to England's canal history. The Waterside Inn sits right by the River Soar and Mountsorrel Lock 50, making it one of the most scenic spots in the village. Originally built in 1795 as the Duke of York, it served canal workers and boat crews when river navigation was a vital transport route. Back then, it even had stabling for 12 horses, an orchard, and a piggery to support travelers and traders. This is Castle Hill, Mountsorrel, the remains of Mountsorrel Castle. It's a Norman castle site from just after 1066, built on some of the oldest rock in England. The castle was later destroyed after the Civil War. So what you see now is mostly the rocky mount. The Castle Hill War Memorial stands above the village on Castle Hill, the historic site of Mountsorrel Castle. It was erected in 1926 to honor the 73 men from Mountsorrel who lost their lives in the First World War, and later had names added for those who died in the Second World War. And that's Mountsorrel, a village shaped by history, the river, and the generation of people who have lived their lives here. From the hilltop views to the quiet streets below, it's a place where the past still feels close. Thanks for walking with me. Bye.